Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Iowa Live. Of course, we realize what COVID-19 is doing to everybody that is watching us right now and people around the world. Also affecting local organizations in a big way as well. Anawim Housing, one of those organizations that it is affecting. And we have Cynthia Latcham joining us right now. She's the Director of Programs and Services at Anawim Housing. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you this morning?
We're doing great. Thank you. Good morning.
Good. Let's remind everybody about the great work that Anawim Housing does on a daily basis.
Sure. So Anawim Housing has two different parts. We are the largest provider of permanent supportive housing in Iowa. And in our permanent supportive housing programs, we serve individuals and families who have been long-term homeless, who also have serious mental illness, who have substance use disorder, who are medically fragile, or who may be fleeing domestic violence. And so we take people who have been who have those conditions, and we place them directly into housing and support them there for as long as they need the support. We're also developers and managers of affordable housing across Iowa.
Now, since all these different restrictions and things have been put in place, how has it affected your ability to perform these tasks that you have to do each and every day?
Sure. So one of the things that I pride my team on is that we are very nimble and adept at making quick course corrections and changes. And so that flexibility allows us to change quickly. And we have been able to go ahead and move from what has been, our strongest point is being, face-to-face services. But we now are supporting our individuals that we serve through phone contacts, frequent calls, sometimes snail mail, and sometimes we still are going to people's units to go ahead and see them there, and then work to support them, in any way we possibly can.
Yeah, you mentioned that you're using technology to stay in touch with those people that you serve. And has that been the number one way that you are staying in contact with the people that you deal with on a daily basis?
It really is. It really is. And that just highlights the importance of everyone having access to affordable technology so that they can stay connected and maintain those relationships.
And seriously, how accessible is technology to some of these people that you're working with?
So most people that we serve have zero income, and so they really are reliant upon the government programs that provide phones. And if they don't have the ability to have internet access, they have to go to places where they can essentially borrow that internet access. So it can be very, very difficult. So trying to keep in touch with, their support for doctors or for for their food services, their SNAP benefits, it can be really, really tough.
Yeah, you mentioned having to locate places where they can get the internet support and things like that. And a lot of these places, they have their doors closed right now, like some of the libraries and things like that. So that has to be really difficult in that manner, isn't it?
It definitely is. We've seen that it's been very difficult for people to contact us.
But you guys are really doing incredible work, making sure the situation is taken care of. What is the number one need right now to some of your clients?
So strangely so, it's been toilet paper.
No.
So we operate, it is, I'm not kidding you. So when so many people go out and do that hoarding of toilet paper, there's a direct result for that. And what we have seen is that individuals that we serve are not able to access those basic needs. And they're not also able to go to 6 or 7 stores. They may walk to 2 or 3 stores, but if they come away empty, they are really out of luck. So we organized a toilet paper drop, another essential need drop last Friday. We requested donations, and we had a lot of people come in. We were also able to find a supplier that was able to supply us. And so we actually took out over 600 rolls of toilet paper last Friday, dropped them at people's doors, and we're there to try and meet that need as quickly as possible.
All right, let's talk about the community coming together. You said you found some sources to get some of these products, but can the community help in what you are doing? Maybe there are some people that have some extra products that would be really great to be able to supply to some of these people. How can they go about helping your organization?
So right now, accepting donations is just very difficult. It would cause us all to come together and really defeat that social distancing practice. However, we have been able to locate some suppliers for the needs that we have. And so really the best thing to do during this time, and the way that allows us to be most flexible in serving our population, is to be able to, have those cash or Amazon order donations.
Yeah, because there is a way you can do that. If you are an Amazon customer, you
Yes.
can pick out an organization. So every time you purchase something from Amazon, they will make a donation to that organization. Or you can buy a product for the organization and they'll ship it right to you. Is that working rather well?
It does. It works great. And we already do have a list up on Amazon of the things that we use regularly, and that are needs for our tenants.
What are some of the biggest things beside toilet paper? We have that established. That's pretty much everybody's number one thing. But what else are some of the other couple of things that are on your list?
So we also were collecting liquid dish soap. We felt like that was a very a substance that could be used for a lot of different types of things. So as people ran out of dish soap or even shampoo or soap, that would be able to serve a multitude of needs. So that was on there. Of course, we're always looking for feminine products for our women. And then, food, we are working with other local pantries for food options as people begin to run out of their canned goods.
Well, Cynthia, thank you so much for the incredibly important work that you do in our community. We thank you for your efforts. And if people want to get more information about your organization and how they can make donations right to you directly, where can they go?
They can call. They can go to anawimhousing.org, anawimhousing.org.
.org. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And we continue to wish you the very best, and you stay healthy, okay?
Thank you so much. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What a great organization. We'll be right back. This is Iowa Live.